Good morning and welcome to this edition of the Lynne Hayes-Freeland Show. I'm kind of psyched about the way we're starting 2018 because a lot of times we talk about things you can do in your life, things you can do to make a difference. Today we're going to talk about making a difference in other lives. A little bit later in the program, we're going to talk about a new health initiative that you can actually volunteer for, but will have a long-term impact on the overall status of healthcare in the Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania area. But we begin with a gentleman who is, you know how they say walk the walk or talk the talk or something like that? Well, he's doing both. Tyrone Burrell is doing both through a program called Pittsburgh Outreach, building stronger families and helping the less fortunate. He brings with him a face that everybody in Pittsburgh knows, Phil DeLucente. He's an attorney, and the way the two of them got together is kind of a unique story, so welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us
Phil,
here.
am I right? This is your first time coming on the Lynne Hayes-Freeland Show?
This is the first time on your show.
Wow.
It's a pleasure and honor. Thanks
well,
for
we're
having
glad to have you here. So, Tyrone, I said that you are the founder, CEO, the president of the Pittsburgh Outreach Program.
Yes.
What is that?
It's a program where we deal with a lot of people that is less fortunate, that doesn't have anything. So I do where I just put myself in a position where I was at one point.
Which was, you were homeless at
one
point.
I was homeless. I was, you know, panhandling and everything else everybody else is doing to trying to get by. So I thought about it, you know, when my mom was telling me how I should be able to do certain things for other people. And it just came to me where God had blessed me with a situation where I want to help people. And that's just my nature, and that's what I want to continue to do. And 2018 is going to be the year that I want to upgrade and make this community a better community. That
you take it to the next level. Now, Phil, one day he shows up at your office. Tell me about that.
Well, you could see the passion and energy, Tyrone, and his story's so compelling. You know, today there's people that have so much, and I'm not suggesting that they don't give back a lot, but when you hear Tyrone's story, and to hear what he's doing here in the Pittsburgh region is phenomenal. And I said, Tyrone, I don't necessarily work in that area, but I can put you with lawyers and accountants that deal with those 501c3s. And I said to him, I'll do any, and he says, well, Phil, just tell me how much, you know. I said, Tyrone, this is my way of giving back. If everybody gives their back the way they can, then that makes the whole place better. And he is an inspiration. I'm telling you, guys like Tyrone are my hero, okay? Because he came, you know his story, and he went to school for a little bit, but he comes out and he helps. And I'm just...
So it's almost like a pay it forward for both of you. You're paying a kindness forward.
Yeah.
So then, Tyrone, what are we talking about? I mean, helping those less fortunate. Are we talking food? We're talking clothing?
We're talking about education, food, clothing, anything that they might need to get their life in order. Me personally, I had to get my situation in order before I can before I can do something else for somebody else. And I want to see that if I can make it from where I came from, you also can make it.
So how do people know where you are? How do people know
Well, I
this?
told them that, you know, I'm hooked up with a few agencies like Jubilee Kitchen.
Okay.
And I'm hooked up with Port Authority and people like that. And they will refer people to me and let them know what type of service that we would provide. That
you can provide. And Phil, this is kind of an odd segue, but I'm guessing, I mean, the realities are most people know your face because you do a lot of criminal work. You represent a lot of criminal cases, and a lot of times then people who have gone through the system for whatever reason struggle with getting their life back on track.
They do, and so when you have avenues that Tyrone is creating and making sure that people that have these hard times can come out and know that there's a helping hand. You know, this world has changed and it's continually evolving, and one thing I'm starting to see more and more is people are starting to understand, whether it's because of the opioid epidemic, different addictions, people realize that, you know what, everyone's not perfect. And if you have someone that's an inspiration, because he walked in the footsteps of going, you know, being incarcerated, coming out. People really respect others that actually went in those footsteps. So when I see him doing this good, it gives an inspiration for really for everyone. And and guys that do have big pocketbooks, open them up and start contributing, because that's what this is about.
Absolutely. Now, how do folks do that? How do folks help
What they
you
they'll
what
go
you
on
do?
my website and they see that what I do, and there's a lot of people that responds to what I'm doing. There's a website that they can comment, or they can make donations, or whatever it might be.
And the name of that website is?
www.pittsburghoutreachrp.com.
And what's the RP for?
Recovery program.
Okay, all right. And then do you hear from people that have benefited from these services?
Yes, I do. I get a lot of calls, and even when I'm at work, they call me and like, I heard about you, or somebody referred me to you. I just helped out a young lady who was supposed to be here with me today. I helped her out with, she had just moved in, she had 2 kids. I helped her out to try to get on, electric, to get her electric bill paid. I got her furniture. I had to pay a security deposit for her. And it's just, there's a lot of things we do. And we want people to say, okay, well, you don't have to continue to use the program. I got to try to make it on my own after I, get the help and assistance that I need.
Get them off the ground. And this is all coming from your heart. This is coming from Tyrone's heart.
Yeah, it's like when my mom passed, my grandma, they always knew I had a gift. And I was always afraid to jump out on faith. I was always like Steve Harvey said, you got to jump out on faith to believe. So I had to jump out on faith and take that chance to help others, because I was once in that predicament before.
And Phil, it's that heart that you saw when he came to see you that day.
Oh my God, it encapsulated me right off the bat. I said, I'm going to help this man. And he said, Phil, I don't know if you do this work. I said, well, I'll put you with the proper persons that do know this work, and I'll continue to advise for free whatever you need, because we all need to give.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're starting off 2018. Give us that website again where folks can get in touch with you.
It's www.pittsburghoutreachrp.com.
And you want to hear from folks who want to donate, volunteer, support?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I'm just looking for everything. Somebody that need the help, somebody can help volunteer, help get this program off their feet, and help people that believe that they can do this themselves and be able to actually make something out of themselves.
Perfect. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Awesome story. And just for the record, like, we met because you approached me in the grocery store one day.
Yeah, I did.
And said, I'm doing this program, so here you are. Yeah, he does have a way of just showing up and knocking on that door.
Great
Approaching.
work.
Absolutely.
Great work.
Good luck. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having us, Lynne.
Yeah.
We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a new health initiative that you can get involved in, and all you have to do is volunteer. More on that coming up. Also today on the show, a waiting child and a poetry event, so don't go away when the Lynne Hayes-Freeland